Alright guys, first things first, safety. You want to jack the vehicle up and you want to put it on a jack stand. You see I got my jack stand right here on the lower, on the stabilizer bar, right there. That's a great thing. But you also want to make sure the base of the jack stand is just as secure. I'm on concrete, so I'm good to go. If you're on grass or asphalt or anything else, you want to definitely have you a nice big piece of plywood to go up under there. Not particle board, you definitely want a good plywood. Alright? So we got that situated. Up there. The next thing we do, take your jack from wherever you got it jacked up at. Take your jack, and if you can look right inside here, here's your lower control arm. As you can see, this is brand new. We did this on another video. The videos is up there. You want to place your jack right up under there. Get you like a little block of wood or something. And right where the strut is, you just want to bring that up till it just touches, and just pick it up just a little bit. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's both your upper control arms. This is the front one and this is the rear one. The first thing we gotta do is take off the little safety clips right here. These clips are made so those bolts loosen up, they can't loosen up and fall off and cause a serious accident. We need to take those off. These clips are cool, guys. Usually they're cotter pins. But what you want to do is, you got on this end, got a little clip. You want to pull that out just a little bit and then slide the whole clip out just like that. Do the next one, same way. Biscuit. That sucks, guys. Okay, you can get a little magnet or something and get that clip out of there. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is loosen up. We're not going to take them all the way off completely. These two nuts right here, they're 17 millimeter. What you're going to do is grab your 17 millimeter deep 3/8 drive. And it's nice, guys. Go to Harbor Freight or something and get you a cordless ratchet. We had this cordless ratchet for about 3 years. Only cost 99 bucks. Definitely worth it. First you want to do is go ahead and loosen it, and then bring it all the way down till it's just about off. Then after this, grab your nice size hammer. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing you're going to do is these joints need to pop out of here. Now, if you have a tuning fork, you can stick your tuning fork right in there and hit it and it'll pop them out. But if you don't, you're going to use a method called shocking off. First you're going to do is jack your spindle up just a little bit more, just to get a little tension off of that. Take your hammer and you're going to hit right about here and right about here. And you're going to hit that and it's going to shock that joint out of there. And you might use a bigger hammer if you want. I'm going to see if it works with this one. So that pop out, and actually this one popped out just as well. So now I can continue taking this off and pop that joint out of there. This one just the same. But before we take that one out, get you some mechanics wire, and you want to hook it up. Here's your strut right here, and you see this spring. Take your mechanics wire, hook it into like that, and then take the other end. You can wrap it around the whole control arm you want. Just keep that control arm from coming out this way, because if it comes out this way, it's going to pull up against this brake hose, and it's a chance that it might damage it, and you don't want that. So, you got that like that, and pop that out. See how it holds it into place? That's great. Wow, look at that joint, guys. Now, guys, when you tighten these up, you have to tighten these up with the vehicle at its ride height. Do not tighten it up like it. Well, don't worry, we'll get to that later. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, guys, is go to the top of the vehicle. So have your hood open, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. You know what? Before we do that, we need to do something else now here. Now, here's your stabilizer bar right here. And there's your stabilizer link attached to it. Now this nut right here going through your lower control arm, that's going to that stabilizer link. We need to remove that. Now if you're doing the driver's side, you're also going to have your ride height sensor with a 10mm bolt. It's going to be somewhere around in this area. A 10mm bolt. Unbolt that. Take that bolt out, because you will damage it if you don't. Now, this one, what you want to do is take you a 17mm wrench. You want to hold on the outside. This one right here. In the center of that nut, there is a spot for a 6mm hex socket. It's going to be hard for you to see. You see it? Mm-hmm. Alright, what you want to do, and you want to put your ratchet, get your cordless ratchet, and put it on tightening. So you want to get that in there. Really? Alright. You want to have that on tightening, and have this on loosening, and loosen up the nut, and then take your ratchet and spin. It's going to spin the joint, and it's going to hold the nut in place. Alright, get the nut off. Your joint will pop out, and just swing that over to the side, just like that. Alright, now let's go to the top. We'll be right back. Alright guys, what we need to do is remove this cover right here. Now this cover has 4 Christmas tree clips. So what you can do is take your body panel pry bar, stick it between there like that, and pop those clips out, and you can put it up on this little tray right here. Let's do one more together. Pop that out, and you got this one, and then you got this one way down here by you. So let's get all 4 of those out, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, then take your cover up, move that to the side. You can see these 3 14mm nuts up here. These are going to the top of your strut. You need to remove those. So what you want to do? Take your 14mm socket, shallow. I got my 1-inch wobble extension, so my socket can wobble, and my 3-inch half-inch drive extension. Take it right there, take your half-inch drive ratchet, take all 3 off. Make sure you have your jack still down there in place. Alright, so take those out, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're back down here. Now what you do is take your jack and lower your jack slowly. And if you look up here, your strut is coming out of there. Lean your strut forward, just like that. Perfect, guys. Guys, you are doing good. I am very proud of you. Alright, the next thing we'll do is, let's start off with the back one first. You're going to have a 14mm nut right there. So, I'm going to grab my same setup that I used to do the strut, take out the strut bolts, hold my arm up, go in here, take that bolt right out. Alright, let me get my setup for the next one and be right back. Alright guys, the next thing you do on this bracket, right over here, there's a 14, you can put my finger at? Mm-hmm. There's a 14mm bolt. Now you can either get a, once you loosen these up, they come out pretty easy. So you can either get a wrench and loosen that up, or, let me see, can you get a wrench and loosen that up easily? Yeah, heck yeah, see that? Get a wrench and loosen that up, or what you can do is, this is a complicated boy, I got a 14mm swivel socket, 3/8 drive, and I got a reducer, 1/2 inch to 3/8, a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension, and a 3-inch, 6-inch 1/2 inch drive extension, and a 3-inch 1/2 inch drive extension. So I can go right like this, go over to that bolt, take that bolt out, slide it out, take the whole bracket and bring it out just like that. Alright, let's put that down and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we got our other one over here. Now this one over here, the front, has 2 of those bolts. Side bolts right there. This one has 2 bolts on it. Can you see those?
Yeah.
So I'm using my same setup and I'm going to go on the opposite way. Or you can use a wrench. Get the one up there. You know what? Let me take off that 3-inch. Son of a biscuit. You know what, guys? Forget that.
You might need a wrench.
I ain't got time to use a wrench. That just takes too long. So how about we use my... I'm persistent, ain't I?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
How about a wrench?
Yeah. How about get your 14mm wrench and get it. Now, guys, when you got a short wrench and you don't have enough leverage to get that, get you another wrench. Hook it, take the closed end, hook it onto the open end, and that gives you a lot more leverage to get that out. So get that out of there. Get that loose.
You probably use your power tool now.
So you're telling me what tools we use?
Just saying.
You know what? Since you said that, I'm going to use my 14mm deep 3/8 drive for my cordless impact.
Still a power tool.
This one. Now both those bolts are the same length, so we're good to go. Alright, and then the one right here. Okay. Once you get all 3 of them, take that whole bracket and it comes right out of there. Yeah, buddy. Alright, let's put this down and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to take a 14mm wrench or 9/16. I got a 9/16. Got my 14mm deep 3/8 drive with my cordless impact over here. Let's grab the front one first. You're going to use a wrench to hold the one side and then I got a nut on the other side. I'm going to just take that out like that. Lean that to the side. Let's bring over our other one. And loosen up that one. Take that out and lean that to the side. Now, tightening these up, guys. Well, no, I'm not going to show you how to do that yet either, man. We're going to wait till later. Alright, let's go get our new ones and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got our new ones here. And your new ones, this one is marked actually R and left. So facing when it goes in the car, I guess this is on the right side and this is on the left side. Now, this guys right here is very important. Tightening these bolts right here only when the vehicle's at its ride height. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, this is going to be inside the car like this. Right now, we got the car jacked up on a jack stand. These arms are hanging like this. If you tighten it up right now, you will damage, not now, but about a good 3 weeks, you're going to damage this bushing in there. Because you're going to tighten that up right there, and then when you go let the car down, this side, the arm is going to come up, and it's going to twist that bushing and damage it. You can only tighten these up when the car is at ride height. So I mean the car's got to be on at its ride height, and then tighten those up. So you was like, Tim, how the heck you supposed to do that, man? You about to find out. So let's get these in here. First of all, we have this one. Let's take out the bolt. Bring that out. Put our new one in. Make sure the joint is facing like this. Let's get this in here. Get the bolt in. Okay. Put the nut on it. You can bring the nut all the way on, but not tighten it up. That one's done. Let's go to this one now. Pop the nut out. Bring the arm out. Put the new one in. Make sure the joint is facing downward. Things suck, man. People get these parts sometimes. Alright. Bring that down and bring that all the way in. But don't tighten it up. Now we're ready to reinstall both arms. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, let's get this one up here. It goes into place. Let's grab our 2 bolts. Put it in. Start it off by a couple threads so don't cross thread it. Let's get the upper one. Put that one in. Start off by a couple threads. Then take our short 14mm one and put that right there. Now we go ahead, tighten up this one. Go in there. Yeah, I thought I could. And it might be better if I use a shallow 14mm. And you want to make sure those are nice and tight. So you want to go till it stops, and then a little bit more. And this one, you know what, guys? I'm gonna just use gotta use a shallow 14mm on that, guys. It'd be a lot better.
Oh, shallow.
No, don't. All right, now let's move our spindle, move our strut over to the side, and then we're going to grab our rear one, put it in there, get the bolt in, start off by a couple threads. Get the bottom one in. Okay. Let's tighten up that bottom one. And then the top one. I'm gonna see if I can go in there. You know what? I'm gonna use this tool we used earlier. Figures, man. Give me an extension on this. Use my swivel 14mm. Okay. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, with your jack and everything still up under the lower control arm, you want to take your strut and push it back to try to line up those holes up there. And then take your jack, pick it up, just like that. Go to the top up here. Just take the 3 nuts and just put them on by a couple threads. And then we're going to tighten those up. Alright, so let's get those tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright, we got those tightened up, guys. Hey, we almost done up here. Might as well put the cover back on it because we won't be having to go back in here anymore. So line them up, line your holes up for your Christmas tree clips, and just pop them all in. Alright, let's get that done and I'll meet you back down to the bottom. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, let's get our mechanics wire out of here. Then on both joints, take the nut off. Take the blue covering off, or yours, I don't know, yours might be a different color. I don't know. I don't know what you got, some eBay stuff. Alright, pick your joints up. Move your spindle into place. Bring both down. Actually, what you can do is take your mechanics wire off of there now. You're not going to need that no more there. Okay. And put the nuts on it. Alright, and bring those up and let's get the rest of that mechanics wire out of the way and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's one of the old upper control arms. Now on the end of your upper control arms, there's going to be 4 holes in the tip where the threading is. One right there, they go straight through, and then one right here, they go straight through. The reason why they have this is because when you got your castle nut, when you go to tighten this thing up, you got to tighten it up so those holes, bring it down more, 2 of them will line up with one of those holes. And I had an old clip somewhere. Oh, here we go. Then you would take your clip, push it in there, and this end of your clip will go up and it'll grab on to the castle nut. Hold on. Okay. So it'll end up looking like that. This is so if this nut ever loosens up or your mechanic is weak and he didn't tighten it up enough, as long as he got that clip in there, that nut can only come out but so far now. It'll save you. That is a lifesaver right there. So you want to make sure you put that back in there. Alright, so now that we got that down to the side, we're going to switch back over to our 17mm deep 3/8 drive. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to tighten this one up. Okay. And I'm going to look to see, nope, because sometimes you got to take it and turn that just a, let me make sure this is tight first. You want to make sure that thing is tight, guys. And then, Scott, I think we got new clips somewhere. Yeah, this one, these came with new clips. So, just great. I got one lined up right there. Push that in. And I got to pick that up just a little bit and get that snapped into place. Alright, let's get that one tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got both of them tightened up. Now we get ready to tighten up those 2 nuts in the back. Now, how you going to get ride height without bringing the tire in and letting the car down and all? Simple. You got your jack already up under there. And what you want to do is make sure your jack is set. You want to start jacking the spindle up. Now watch the whole spindle. Watch everything starts going up. Now what you want to do is keep on going, and you want to make sure this is secured. And what you want to do, we know we still got our thing right here, so we're not worried about it. Matter of fact, guys, let's get this across over there now. Our stabilizer. Let's swing our stabilizer around. And it looks like we're going to have to drop that down a little bit. Get our joint in there. Sometimes you have to just get something to knock that into place. Sometimes this thing sucks. Okay, let's get our nut on it. Now this time, the center one, you're going to be going reverse on your ratchet and just hold your wrench into place. Alright, just make sure that's tight. Alright, now let's set up. And guys, with a good idea, if you want, try to set your block of wood right up under the spindle, right here behind the backing plate. Okay. Then jack it up. Now watch the whole system starts jacking up. Now you want to keep on going until you just get off that jack stand. Over here? Dang it.
No, you are. You are.
All right, right there, guys. Now you are at your ride height because your jack is taking the place of your tire. Now you want to take your your 14 millimeter wrench, and you want to go right here to this nut over here. And because of the tension on everything, you'll be able to go ahead and tighten this up. Now guys, you want to make sure this thing is super tight. So what you want to do is take your wrench, lock it into place. Remember I told you that trick about the other wrench? Take the closed end, put it right here, hook it onto there. That gives you more leverage. You go ahead and you want to really crank down on that and tighten that up. Oh yeah. Now we go back here to the other one. And because of the tension that you have on this, that nut will not move. Now guys, do not just use a regular wrench and thinking it's going to be tight enough, because it won't. Ouch, that hurt. Ouch. Dang it. Don't do that. Dang it.
Can't you use power tools?
If you can get in there, yeah. Alright, once you got them all tightened up, lower your jack down and put your tire back on. Alright, let's get our tire on and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now tightening up your tire, you want to make sure you tighten it up in a cross pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that way, in case there's any rust or dirt, corrosion or something in the back of the rim, if you tighten it up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, it might get in the way and the wheel's going to set crooked and you're going down the road and the car's going to be all messed up, wobbling to the side. So, first I like to do is bring one in just a little bit, just to set the wheel. Then, start off in here. 1, 2, 3. This one's a lock. And then number 5. Alright, we got our jack stand up under there. Then we can let it. Now watch, see our lower control arms are hanging down? That's why I said you didn't want to tighten it up that way, because once you go to lower the vehicle, those things will twist up and there'll be a lot of tension on those bushings. So we got it like that, and now it's exactly tightened up the way we had it when we had the jack up under it. Alright guys, that was a great job.